Kamisato Ayaka was the most awaited character in the history of Genshin Impact. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a certified Ayaya foot worshipper, but because for the longest time, Ayaka was the only character from the beta who still wasn't playable 10 months after the game's release. And so, the community quite literally waited for her for almost a year. The way I see it, the Genshin community can be divided into two categories: the meta slaves, also known as those who haven't touched grass in a long time, and the waifu over metas, also known as those who haven't touched grass in a long time. But with a character like Ayaka, who's both a waifu and a top tier character, the distinction between the two groups is almost blurred. In case you didn't know yet, I'm an Ayaka simp. What a shocker, right? I was also one of those who waited for Ayaka's release ever since her beta clips were circulating around YouTube. In fact, you may even know me as that one guy who reached 69,000 Primogems all for Ayaka. So now you're probably thinking, what in the world was my motivation to keep saving Primogems for so long for some 3D pixels which aren't even real and don't even love me back? Well, buckle up simps, because I'm about to tell you how I became the #1 Ayaka simp in my household. Since I've already mentioned it earlier, let's start off with her beta footage. We can talk about how cool her attack animations are, along with this pretty sick passive animation, which was unfortunately removed. But I think we all know what made those Ayaka clips famous. It's her pantsu, or her panties for you uncultured swine. At the time and even until today, it was pretty unusual for a Genshin character to actually have some realistic underwear, if I may put it that way. It's probably censorship on Mihoyo's part to make them wear granny underwear, but I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't disappointed when they nerfed it. We also later found out that Ayaka was gonna be voiced by Saori Hayami, who happens to voice a lot of top tier waifus such as Shinobu from Demon Crier, Miyuki from The Incest at Magic High, and Yukino from Oregairu, which is actually one of my favorite anime. So when I found out that Ayaka would share the same JPVA with Yukino, who's probably my #1 anime waifu, you could just imagine how hyped I was for it. And this made me want to dedicate all of my Primogems for Ayaka even more. Not just enough to get a guaranteed Ayaka, oh no, I wanted to go further beyond. It was about status at this point. Anyone who started saving could get a guaranteed Ayaka. But me, I wanted a C6 Ayaka. I wanted to let the whole world know how much of a lifeless, grassless, maidenless degenerate I am, all without spending a single cent. I've made a couple of videos showcasing my Primogem journey, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I even continued this channel. I use the term free to play, but let's not get it twisted. My account wasn't even F2P from the start, and I've always said this explicitly before.
Classes and some Welcum moons. So I'm not free to play, technically.
But that means you clickbaited us. Up. Let me explain. Yes, I did buy Welkins, battle passes, and some packs before Ayaka's banner, but most of those Primogems were already spent on the Venti banner, which got me a C2 Venti and a C6 Fischl, which was what I was aiming for. So when I say free to play, I mean I didn't spend any money to reach the 69k Primogems. You could argue that by spending on the Venti banner, I increased my pity count, then yeah, sure, I clickbaited you. But to be honest, I don't think anyone actually cares about that. I mean, at least I hope no one does. But it's not just about saving Primogems. Anyone can do that. It was also a journey of skipping all of the banners that came before Ayaka, which technically means I also skipped my own banner because I came before Ayaka. If there was one character which tempted me the most to break my skipping streak, it was probably Eula, because goddamn, Eula's just so fucking thick. Luckily, Ayaka traveled back in time just as I was about to pull on Eula's banner and stopped me from committing such a disgraceful sin. True story, by the way. And so, after 10 months of waiting, saving, and dodging thick thighs, I was finally ready to pull on the most awaited character in the history of Genshin Impact. Honestly, this kinda sounds like someone who's breaking their nofap streak, and so, it was Judgment Day. I was hoping for the best during my pull stream, but Mihoyo decided to just shaft me in the ass. I lost all the 50-50s and ended up with a C2 Ayaka, which isn't bad by any means, but I just wished I could have gotten more, you know? After that, I bought one Welcum Moon and continued to pull on Ayaka's banner until I got C3. But now that Ayaka is gonna be having a rerun, I might go for C6. But to be honest, I don't have a lot of primos since I have been spending on other characters since then, so I'm probably gonna go for C4 and then go for a Mist Splitter. I know, weapon banner bad, but who knows, right? Maybe I can get it on the first 10 pull. It's not a 0% chance after all. Another thing which isn't a 0% chance is you, yes you, liking this video. Okay, I don't want to leave you guys blue-balled, so here's my C3 Ayaka. Hey, if you're still here, I just want to say you're cool and you're gonna win your next 50-50. Probably. Also, I want to say thank you to everyone who has stuck with me even after the Ayaka arc of this channel. I know it's weird to say, but a video game character kinda changed my life. You may have noticed, but I don't post that frequently anymore. And that's because I'm starting to get busy in college, so I'm trying to balance this whole YouTube thing with my studies. You can treat this video as my YouTube anniversary video, even though that was months ago. But hey, it's the thought that counts, right? Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one, and always remember to stay simping. Oh god, that was so cringe.